Hey everyone, Carrington here. Today I wanted to answer the question, what is a superbill? You may have heard of this term in speaking with an insurance company or possibly with a clinician that you're interested in going to see, especially if that clinician is not in your insurance plan. A superbill is a particular kind of documentation. It's a little bit like a receipt because it does document the date of service and the amount paid for the service. But it has some additional information not found on most receipts. It will have likely the tax identification number of the practice that you are going to see. It will have the NPI number, that's a national identification number for the specific clinician that you see. It will also contain a couple codes that insurance companies use. One is called a CPT code. That's a code that designates what kind of service is being provided. So in my case, if I were seeing a client, I might use a CPT code to distinguish whether I saw an individual for a session or if I saw a family group in a session. Those have different CPT codes. The final code that the Superbill contains is a diagnostic code. So I would provide a code to say to the insurance company, this is why the client is being seen. This is where I would put in if they have an anxiety disorder, if they have a depressive disorder, some sort of diagnostic code from the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders. That's where this code would come into play. Superbills are required by insurance companies if a client wants to make a claim for going to see an out-of-network provider. So yeah, you may have seen some of my previous videos, and you may know that my practice and I as a clinician do not accept insurance. So a client or a potential client may ask me, well, can you provide me with a superbill so that I can make claims on my own because I have a policy that allows for out-of-network providers. I can do that. I'm capable of doing that. And in fact, I have a few clients for whom I have done that, but it's really important to me that clients understand what's happening on the back end when a superbill is provided, because as soon as you ask for reimbursement from an insurance company, you open up all of the same concerns for using insurance that you would if the clinician billed insurance directly. So as soon as you ask insurance to pay a portion of your mental health services, it requires that the clinician provide a diagnosis. So this is something that I've spoken about in other videos and on my blog. And clients deserve to know if you are going to receive therapy and if your insurance is going to pay for it, your clinician, your therapist will have to provide them with a diagnostic code to say, this person has anxiety, this person has depression, this person has some sort of personality disorder, or whatever may be at play. And the other thing it does is it opens up the clinician to being audited by the insurance company, who can come in and say, hey, can you show us some of the clinical records to support the veracity of this claim? So I personally have never had that happen. I know other clinicians who have had that happen, so it does happen, doesn't happen all the time. But I just think it's important for clients to be aware that if you use your insurance company, even if the clinician is not the one to bill directly, but if you're making your own claims to your insurance company using a superbill provided by your clinician or your therapist, that the same concerns around diagnosis and the potential abdication of some confidentiality are still at play. So, but that's what a superbill is. A superbill is a particular kind of receipt that insurance companies use to verify, clarify services being provided, who's providing them, and they're used to fulfill claims made for an out-of-network provider. So I hope that helps, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.